I just made it through 2 weeks of raising baby chicks from hatch to now, and I have done that without going to the feed store and without buying starter feed. And spoiler alert, they're still very much alive and screaming at me right now. So if you're interested in how I was able to do that without going to the feed store, stick around for this video. So most people, when they start raising baby chicks, they will just go to Tractor Supply or their local feed store and just load up on a bag of starter feed for their chicks. But I didn't want to do that anymore because, to be honest with you, I'm fed up with the prices and the cost of feed at the store, and I want to find ways to be able to do it at home and make things homemade so I understand the ingredients that are being put into my chickens, and just to save money. This is a money saving thing because it shouldn't cost so much to get food for my chickens. So last time I went to Tractor Supply, I ended up spending so much in feed. It just shocked me when I was checking out at the register, and the cashier actually talked me into getting a credit card in order to save money on that order and future orders, and they explained how it works. And I hate credit cards. I have basically cut out credit cards from my life, but it actually made sense to get a credit card for Tractor Supply, where I go all the time to spend all this money. So I actually ended up getting a credit card, which I hated getting a credit card to pay for feed. And I thought, you know what? After thinking about it, I am just done with doing that. I'm not going to pay for feed with a credit card. I'm going to do it the way that I can afford to do it. And I'm going to try to feed my chicks without spending $30 to $35 per bag for a 40-pound bag of feed. Now you might be thinking, why even try to do this? Why not just go to the store and buy the food? Well, for one, what if something happens, like some kind of grid down scenario where all electricity is out and nothing's working, you know? Kind of something that people don't want to think about, but something that could happen, especially the way things are going and the kind of news stories that we're getting these days. So that's one reason. Second reason is you want more control over the ingredients that are going into your birds for the eggs that you end up consuming. So you might not understand some of the ingredients or why they're in there or what they do or even know how to pronounce it. So if you're just making your chicken something like rice and beans, those are two ingredients that you can source yourself and probably get for a lot cheaper. And I've done videos on making rice and beans and feeding my chickens with that. I'll put links to those videos if you haven't seen them. But that's just one other reason you might want to consider doing this. And the third reason is to save some money. Like I mentioned, you don't want to spend hundreds of dollars, whatever, how many birds you have, on feed every month. If you can find ways to save money, might as well do it. So I've been keeping a bit of a diary on these birds, in particular because of this experimental diet that I've been trying with them. And I'm going to just share our experience of what happened. So here we go. So 8 birds hatched out of the 11 that I put in the incubator, which is my highest hatch rate ever, which was awesome. And I might do another video on how I think I was able to get a really successful hatch rate this time after some previous much worse hatch rates. They were hatched on November 28th. November 29th, I put them into a brooder on our kitchen table. It was so cold that week that I just didn't want to have them go outside yet. So the first meal that I fed them was 2 eggs scrambled, and I mixed them in with some brown rice. And I put that in their brooder as soon as they got out of the incubator. I put it in their brooder, and that lasted there for a few days. They didn't, you know, when chicks first hatch, they're not always hungry. Some of them are still full from the yolk that they were consuming inside the egg. So they didn't start eating the food until the 3rd day. On day 3, they started eating the food. Day 4, there was still some eggs left in their food. They didn't eat all of it, obviously, or finish the rice. But I added 2 more scrambled eggs with brown rice in there. Day 5, I moved them outside into this chicken tractor, and this is actually the outdoor brooder that I'm keeping them in until they grow enough feathers. And once they do, there's actually an outside area that they can go out. But I'm not going to do that until maybe another week. I think they need to grow a few more feathers because it's so cold right now. But they're in here. They have a heat lamp in there, not a heat light, a heat plate to keep warm, mimicking a mother hen, and that worked really well. And I talked about that in my last video. I'll put a link to that if you missed that one. So day 5, I moved them out here into this outside brooder. Got them out of our house, which was nice. And they have heat in here. And on that day 5, I gave them 2 more eggs scrambled mixed with brown rice. Another thing I'm adding to their eggs for their food right now is parsley and cilantro. Just got some of that at the store. Going to give them as much nutrition as I can mixed in with these eggs. Also putting some the Redmond ancient fine sea salt as well. I don't know, I would eat that. I don't usually put this many seasonings on my eggs, but I think they will appreciate this. Day 6, I cooked them another 2 eggs with brown rice. Day 7, same thing. I cooked 2 eggs with brown rice. And day 7 was the first time that I came out later the day and they finished all of their food, which was a sign to me that it might be ready, it might be time to start feeding them more. I started giving them 3 eggs scrambled. So 3 eggs mixed with rice and beans. Plus later in the day, I gave them a black soldier fly larva treat. The ones we use are from a company called Grubterra. All right, Lucy, what are you feeding them right now?
I'm feeding them crushed up dead worms.
The black soldier fly larva?
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Why'd you crush them up so much?
Because their beaks are so tiny that they might choke.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, they're eating it. They like it.
They're eating it.
I definitely gotta start feeding them more food because they're eating all the eggs already.
And rice.
Yep. Look at you guys go.
They're like, I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
You know what? You should go grab another handful. Grubterra actually works with us, and we're an affiliate for Grubterra. And if you'd like to check out their company, which is a really cool company, they keep food that would typically go to a landfill. They get that food that would become waste at a landfill and turn it into black soldier fly larva treats for your birds. And I've been feeding my birds them for the last several months, and they're very, very happy. So if you would like to try out some Grubterra black soldier fly larva treats for your birds, you could use my code TINYFARM and click the link in the description below and go to their website and purchase some for 10% off. So definitely do that, and I'd appreciate that if you did. It would benefit our channel. Day 9, I also gave them 3 eggs scrambled with rice and beans and black soldier fly larva crushed up. Same on day 10. On day 10, I did 3 eggs scrambled, but I also added a homemade cheese that actually turned out to be kind of like a cottage cheese. And I made that because I was making, it was a byproduct of making lactic acid bacteria, which is something I was making for my garden as a soil inoculant. But the byproduct of that is making cheese. So I made cheese with raw milk and the wash water from rice mixed together. And I've been feeding that to my birds starting on day 10. I started with just 1 scoop of it, and I've been giving them a little bit more each day. It's actually really, really healthy for them. It's got probiotics. It kind of smells a little bit like yogurt. The bad part is it makes it smell like cheese in their in their brooder back here, but they go crazy for it. And I've had other people comment on some of my previous videos about alternative chicken feeds that when they give yogurt to their chickens, they go crazy for it. So this kind of reminds me of yogurt, even though it is cheese. Kind of the same thing. But it's got probiotics, got some protein, and yeah, just good stuff for the chicks, and they really seem to like it. So that's another source of food that I never considered making for chickens, but they love it. And I've also been giving it to my full-grown laying birds right now, mixed in with their rice and beans, and they love that too. So something to consider. So I continued doing that day 10 through day 13, giving them 3 eggs scrambled, mixed with a couple healthy spoonfuls of this cottage homemade cheese that we created. And they've been eating all that, and I've also been crushing up black soldier fly larvae in their food. You guys really like that, huh? You're getting so big. So after day 13, they started eating. When they start eating all of that, when you come out later in the day and see that it's all gone, that's just telling me that they need more food and they need more protein. And I want to always make sure that they're they have enough food, because as baby chicks, you're used to having the grower feed always in there, and they always have something to eat when they're hungry, because that's what you want them to do, is grow and put on feathers. But with this kind of feed, I just want to always make sure that they're fed and full, and they're not going to be too cold at this young stage, and I want them to always have enough protein. So I started on day 14 making 4 eggs scrambled, mixing it with brown rice and beans, pinto beans. I just put a little extra in my Instapot because that's what I've been giving to my laying birds right now. So I just put in, I usually do 1 cup rice and 1 cup beans dry. So I just add like a half a cup extra of the beans and rice for giving to these guys. So that's what I'm starting to do now. It's day 15 today, and that's what I've been feeding my baby chicks, and they're chirping and they're very happy behind me. They probably want more food. I'm going to give them some black soldier fly larvae, I think, this afternoon. These birds are beautiful. Really seeing some good feather development. It's almost 2 weeks they've been in here. I put the brooder on the highest level there. They've grown enough feathers. They don't need it so close to them anymore. Getting some black soldier fly larvae. Hey, girls.
Are you gonna be girls or boys?
Hopefully all girls, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just wanted to share. That was my first 2 weeks raising baby chicks without going to the feed store, and I just want to say that I did it. I didn't know if I could do it. I was pretty sure I'd be able to. I'm sure there'll be people in the comments saying that I shouldn't be doing this, or that I'm not giving them enough food, but as I'll show in some videos here, their feathers are developing beautifully. This is a beautiful batch of chicks, and what I already feel really drawn to these, because these were all hatched from our own roosters that we hatched. The rooster parents that they came from, they were a hen and a rooster that we both hatched, and they're really, really big. There's really good size to these chicks. We've gotten chicks from Tractor Supply and other places that just hatched and were very small. But ours seem to, I don't know if it's just has anything to do with them being in this area, like they're adapted and to our backyard or whatever, but really good genetics in these birds. So I'm very happy, and they're very healthy. So if anybody's interested, I'll do another update video on the next few weeks of raising them with this diet, getting away from the starter feed, grower feed at the store. And if you're wondering about cost, I haven't calculated what this would cost, but it would be as cheap or expensive as you want it to be, I would think, depending on what the price of eggs are in your area, and depending on the kind of eggs that you want to get. If you want to get really cheap, you could get the cheapest kind of eggs that are, you know, like $1.50, but you know deep down that they're from like factory farmed area where the chickens have never seen sunlight. You might want to avoid, if you're educated on food, you might want to avoid those kind of eggs, but you could get the really cheapest kind of eggs and use those for the first few weeks to feed them. They're still going to get lots of protein and stuff like that from them. But if you want the free range or pasture raised ones, you know that they cost a lot more, but they might be a healthier egg. So it's just up to you how much money you're willing to spend. And if anybody found this video helpful, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. If you're new here, I'd really appreciate that, and we do a lot of more videos on chickens and small-scale gardening. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.